Well, the biggest week in American birding is coming soon, and we've got an expert to tell us all about it. Meredith Gilbert, she's publications editor with the Ohio Division of Wildlife, and to tell us more. So thank you, Meredith, for coming today.
Thank you for having me, Holly.
Okay, so it's May 5th through the 14th, and Ohio has like this really great spot where people love to come. So first of all, why is birding such an exciting thing and such a big thing?
Well, great question. So here in Northwest Ohio, we really are very lucky to have all of the wonderful habitat that we have right along Lake Erie that draws in this incredible number of migrating songbirds. So they're coming up from Central and South America, and they're making the trip to their breeding grounds up either here in Ohio or further north. And before they cross Lake Erie, they congregate. And so we have some of just the absolute best birding that you can imagine. Tons of species. On a good day at McGee Marsh Wildlife Area or anywhere along the lake shore, you can see well over 100 species of birds. So it's very, very exciting. It really is an opportunity for people to see all of these incredible songbirds and other species as well close to home.
Right. And yeah, I mean, people come from all over to see this, right? It's just not Ohio people.
Absolutely. We have had folks from basically all of the continents, all 50 United States, and different countries. And it is really an incredible opportunity, one of the best opportunities here in the United States to see these birds.
So what would you say is like maybe the best bird? I mean, what people get excited the most about seeing?
What most people are coming to see are the songbirds, particularly the warblers. So warblers are these small, not even ounces, they're not even an ounce, tiny songbirds that are super brightly colored. They're absolutely gorgeous. And those are the stars of the show. So we can expect to see upwards of 36 species of warblers here in Ohio along the shores of Lake Erie each year. Some are much more common than others, so people really get excited for some things like the Kirtland's warbler, a rare cerulean or golden wing warbler would be extremely exciting for folks.
Wow. All right, so we're looking at McGee Marsh right now, and another exciting thing, the reopening of the visitor center is going to happen kind of at the same time, right?
Yes, we are so excited. Our McGee Marsh Visitor Center has its grand reopening next week on May the 4th, and it will be brand new and ready for folks to come during the biggest week, and of course, anytime after that to visit. It's been fully renovated. The building was built in 1970, so it needed some updates, and we are extremely excited to have brand new educational displays and displays that will show the diversity of the bird species that we have here in Ohio and really talk about the history of the area and the importance of the habitat.
Okay, so if we've never done this before, but we want to be a part, and we go to McGee Marsh, what do we bring? Binoculars? Is that it? I mean, what's some helpful tips for us if we go to try to see some of these birds?
That's a great question. Binoculars are a great tool. You don't have to have them, but they really enhance your experience so much. Other than that, bring snacks, bring sunscreen, dress in layers, and be prepared for some crowds. If you're coming up during the biggest week, that second week in May, there are quite a few people. We can expect over 90,000 visitors coming to see us in between late April and through May. So it is a very busy time, so bring your patience as well. But really, binoculars, a bird book, of course, is extremely helpful. But most of the people on the boardwalk at McGee or any of the areas that you go to are more than happy to help you pick out the birds and tell you what they are.
Okay, so what if we don't want to go during this week where, it might be a little bit crowded? Are there opportunities to see other birds, I assume, and things throughout the summer?
Absolutely. This is the best time to see warblers, but migration has already begun. So if you keep an eye on the weather and you see a south wind coming, that is the best time to catch migration because birds fly up on a south wind. It's a little easier for them to migrate since they're going thousands of miles. It's easier for them to fly in a south wind. And you can start seeing wonderful birds right now. You can also continue to bird, particularly throughout May. Still fantastic birding. It slows down for the warbler and songbird species in the summer, but shorebird migration really ramps up in the summer. And then migration from the breeding grounds to the wintering grounds for a lot of these songbirds will begin again in the fall.
All right, some great advice about birding. Thank you very much, Meredith, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.